Sarah here, and I'm going to show you some of the different ways that I improved my air squat. Now, I already filmed a video tutorial on how to properly execute an air squat, so click the card and check that out. It took me 6 months to improve my air squat. Before, you can see that I was not squatting below parallel because my hip extensors were weak. I was quad dominant, I was inflexible, and I also wasn't completing the squat at the top of the movement. I devote a lot of time to stretching, and it has changed my game. So you see me stretching my hip flexors, and I squeeze my bum and it just lights them on fire. Let's talk about hamstrings. Most of us have tight hamstrings because we sit all day long. So when I first started doing air squats, what would happen is I'd lose my anterior pelvic tilt in the bottom position. It would tuck posteriorly. This is called a butt wink, and that's what you see right here. So it makes the most sense then to stretch your hamstrings in an anterior pelvic tilt position. That's what I'm doing here, and I am barely flexing forward, and it lights my hamstrings on fire. Inchworm to yoga pose, and this stretches your entire posterior chain, and my calves are tight, and you can see I'm pushing my heels into the ground, and it just burns. And you can see I walk it all the way up, and now suddenly it looks like I have very flexible hamstrings. Don't be deceived, I just happen to be in a posterior pelvic tilt there. Whoa, bean! Now I'm doing the frog, and it sure does look an awful lot like your bottom position, doesn't it? So I hang out here for a while, and I move it all around, different directions, go to the right, go to the left, and then I do the lizard stretch, and I try and get my elbow right down to my heel. And then I work on the pigeon stretch. Now, I'm still working hard at all these stretches. I was not flexible before at all. And this is the Russian baby maker, which is your bottom position. Speaking of bottom positions, what I do is I'll squat down nice and slowly. See how much control I have there? And then I hold my bottom position, and I hold it for a long time. And I sweat bullets, and it is very challenging. Notice I'm keeping my weight in my heels. I'm using my core like crazy there. And just keep practicing the bottom position. Just stay down there and learn to like it. Notice that I keep my torso elongated the entire time, so I'm not letting my shoulders or my back hunch forward. Notice that I'm keeping my knees out. They aren't collapsing inward, and that was a challenge for me at first. My glute medials were weak, so I worked on strengthening them by doing tons of clamshells, and I do these all the time. What if you can't squat below parallel and hold your bottom position without falling on your butt? Well, in that case, you're going to want to use a counterbalance. So the kettlebell here is acting as a counterbalance, and it prevents me from falling backwards on my butt. So what you want to do is progressively use lighter and lighter kettlebells or dumbbells until eventually your abs will be strong enough to act as your counterbalance, and then you'll be able to do it. What if you're a beginner to squatting, or you're just really struggling trying to stay upright with your squat? Well, then do bench or box squatting. So you can maintain the upright position, and you're going to squat down to the bench, and you can rest on the bench and then get back up. But here's what I don't want you to do. Don't initiate with your knees, don't flop down on the bench, and don't lean forward to get up. And do not let your knees collapse inward. Once you're comfortable with that, well, now you're ready to start trying to get deeper. So you're going to purposely lower the height of the box or the bench. I'm using a ball here. Really focus on keeping your torso elongated and upright. Squeeze your bum to get up. Don't rock forward. You can do this facing a wall and get close to the wall so that it prevents you from leaning forward. Another way to really improve your bottom position is to do bar holds. So you can see I have my hands up on the bar, and what it does is it forces me to have an upright position with my weight distributed in my heels. Once you find your balance, try to let go of the bar and see if you can hold your bottom position. By the same token, you can walk yourself down a pole, and this can really give you an opportunity to sit properly in the bottom position and then just walk yourself back up. If I can improve the air squat, then so can you. All it takes is time and practice. And it's completely changed the health of my entire body. I no longer have knee pain. As long as you're willing to be committed to being consistent over time, well then yes, you will improve your air squat significantly. Now, obviously this video showcased a non-exhaustive list of things you can do to ameliorate your air squat. So be sure to subscribe to my YouTube, because every week I put out training vlogs and you're gonna learn so many cool tips and tricks that you can immediately implement that will make a significant difference for you, as long as you're being consistent over time. That's the key point. Did you like this video? If you did, then please let me know by hitting that like button and leaving me a comment below. And don't forget to subscribe, or else next time you air squat, you'll toot in front of a really cute dude. Unless you're a dude, then it'll be a cute girl.